Hello everyone. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing the article titled The Future of Women Leaders in the Middle East, which is written by three highly influential and highly successful individuals. Deanna Guire, a partner at Strategy and Melissa Kavanaugh, the VP of Research and Content Strategy at Deloitte, also a consulting firm just like Strategy and Karim Sabbagh, who is the CEO of Dark Matter, which is a cybersecurity company. But instead of me focusing on these authors, who, of course, you can check out their LinkedIn profiles anytime, I wanted to go more in depth into the women who are being interviewed for this article. In this article, what I enjoyed most is that the authors are deriving real-life examples of these amazing women from the Khalij who have made strides in the business, financial, housing, and industrial sectors. They have proven that with hard work and resilience, they can overcome long-standing patriarchal views strongly held, especially in our Arab societies, and are paving the way for the future generation of Arab women to do the same. Readers are exposed to the collective principles that are to guide change in the Gulf countries according to these successful women. Now let's move on to the second part of this video where I'm going to talk about one of the three themes that I deemed most prominent. And this theme, which is titled The Importance of Self-Confidence, is most well represented by a quote I extracted from the article by Sheikha Hanadi Thani: "If you only believe what others see in you, then you might as well just lie back and play dead." And this is really interesting since one of the core principles or one of the core secrets that all these women share with each other is quiet confidence, since they believe that all women should be confident in their abilities as well as their skill sets, because your confidence radiates in your ability to deliver results, and your ability to communicate your value proposition to your executives, to your male counterparts. And also H.E. Fatima Al-Jaber says that she thinks it's counterproductive to focus on how others perceive her competence and aptitude. So it's really important for all women to realize that your self-worth is important, that the way you regard yourself is important, and that affects your performance. Now on to our second theme, which is best represented by this quote I extracted from the article that goes: "We need the laws, policies, and procedures that will really integrate females into different business and governmental institutions," said by Haifa Jamal al-Layl. So this second theme, which is called the destabilization of societal constructs, is really a sum up of what Arab society is based on in terms of gender roles, and the gender roles that are woven into the fabric of our society and that guide the way women and men are supposed or expected to act as they age. And all these women collectively agree on the principle of constant improvement and steady discomfort, which call for women to fight the status quo and their willingness to get out of their comfort zones and accept that they do not have to conform to these gender roles and these gender norms that are supposed to guide their behavior and their choices, that of whether having to choose between work life or home life. Now the third and final theme would have to be the power of female empowerment, introduced by this quote: "Women need to believe that the role they play is important," said by Khawla al-Quraya. Now, it goes without saying, especially in an article that introduces 8 successful, brilliant, creative, innovative women from different backgrounds who have challenged Arab society, as is especially in the GCC countries, it kind of goes without saying that empowered women are capable of anything that they set their mind to, and they want other women to know that as well, especially Arab women who are expected to feel that they are constantly supposed to be put down. That's why I wanted to put this Apple ad in the background, because it was released this year for International Women's Day on March 8th, and it shows that empowered women can do anything they set their mind to. Now let's talk about the rhetorical devices that I identified. I identified 2, but let's start with ethos. So ethos is established through the author's constant references to the leaders' educational and their professional backgrounds, their accomplishments, and the extent to which they have made changes to the business landscapes in the Gulf, which goes to show that they wish to convince readers that these leaders are very reliable, they are reliable speakers, and they are speaking from experience. Just like when they talk about Sheikha Lubna al-Qasimi, that she's a female executive in the male-dominated maritime industry, and that she was named one of Forbes' most influential, powerful women in 2010. Now on to the second rhetorical device, which is logos. And logos is established through the author's use of statistical references and the leaders themselves speaking of problems that they faced and that they deemed the most prominent in the Gulf, and they also propose fixes for that. So an example of statistical reference that the authors use is Saudi women accounted for less than 1% of the private sector workforce in 2009, which establishes the need for women in the workforce. Education, so, is one of the problems that these leaders collectively agree on that should be fixed and that needs more attention from the government, as well as family support because of the lack of the balance that is offered by companies for women between their home life and their work life. I honestly did not expect to learn about any of these women and the rewarding things they have achieved in their lives. I was taken aback by the reality that they have created for themselves and future generations of Arab women. I really do believe it goes beyond just the GCC countries and also influences all of the Arab region. I will leave you with this powerful quote, but I would just like to make a final comment that as a student pursuing a business degree, wishing to become an executive one day, these women have proven to me with their persuasive language that anything is possible.